Hello and welcome to another random review and how-to. Today, I'm going to be cooking some lamb loin chops. These are from Sam's Club. You can see here I got about 1.7 pounds of them. 16 bucks. It's lamb cooking season here in April. So I'm going to do lamb, but I'm actually going to do it in the air fryer today. I've never done these in the air fryer. I always usually just either throw them on a skillet, just a little bit on each side, and then maybe a quick finish in the oven. I am a medium rare, if not rare eater. So not a lot of cooking. With lamb chops, I'm going to be doing the same thing, but I want to try them in the air fryer today, but I want to season them first. So I'm about, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 hours from when I'm going to cook. So I'm just going to season them inside of this container. Today for seasoning, I'm doing some minced garlic, some ground peppercorn. It's a medley of them, so there's all the different colors inside. I got some dash, and it's an Italian medley one, and what I wanted out of this is the ingredients. So it has rosemary, parsley, basil, oregano. Typically with lamb, I would just use, if I was doing a leg of lamb, I'm going to plug it with garlic, and then I'm going to put rosemary on it, olive oil, salt, and pepper. I didn't have any ground pepper, so I thought, you know what, I'll just do the medley. The thing about this medley is it has a lot of like popping flavor, so I don't want to do too much of that. Salt, and then olive oil. And you might say, hey, you're air frying it. Why are you putting olive oil on it? Well, you know what? Because I like to eat unhealthy. So I'm going to go ahead and open this now. I got my power air fryer oven. I have another review of this on there. If you go on the channel, I got a couple other things I cooked. I did bananas in there before. I think I might have done a video on bacon. Bacon's real easy, but it's the obvious easy thing to do in there. So you can go ahead and open this. First thing I always do is pour on my olive oil, and I put a lot on the top because I'm just going to let it kind of drip and get all over. And then when I flip them, I don't have to worry about doing the olive oil. So I just rub that on. I'm going to get it on both sides. And you can see these chops, pretty thick. And, you know, I don't want to talk about marbling. If you cook, you know about marbling. But when it comes to lamb, it's going to be very lean. So you're not going to find the marbling on these like you might a steak. But that's okay. They're still going to be very tender. This is considered, I mean, if you've ever eaten steak, this is just a miniature T-bone. So this would be your strip here, and then this is your fillet part. So when it's in the animal, this has no weight on it, so that's why it's the most tender part, is this little side here. It's always a small side. That's where you're going to see your fillets, and that's why they're so tender, is because inside the animal, they're on the inside of the cavity, not on the outside. So always start with my salt first. I'm not a like over generous salter. I think if you watch like cooking channels and stuff, you see people just kill it with salt, but I don't want to use a lot just because it might be unhealthy, but I'm a little conscious. A little bit of that, the dash, and then I'm taking my minced garlic, and I'm just gonna drop that on in different spots, and then I'm gonna rub it in. Make sure I kind of push it into the meat a little bit so it sticks. Again, not a ton. I don't want to overkill the flavor of the lamb. Remember, we're eating lamb here. So we want to really let the lamb flavor shine, and we want everything else to kind of just accompany it. All right, let's flip them and do the other side. Flipping these around. And what I'm going to do is let these sit now for the next 4 hours, refrigerated. You don't want to leave them out. It's getting a little warmer here in Ohio. So the window's open. You can probably hear my wind chimes in the background. It's all part of the experience. So same deal on this side, salt. Trying to get every little piece of it. Make sure I don't miss anything. The dash. Not over seasoning. My garlic. And then I'm gonna wash my hands and then throw on the pepper. And then I'll rotate it one more time. There we go. And there. So, here we go, getting them seasoned up. Smells good already. I mean, anytime you add minced garlic to just about anything, you're gonna have that garlic seasoning smell in the air. All right, let's go ahead and wash the old hands up. The movie magic, wash my hands. Hit pause. Again, not a ton of pepper, it's just because I think there's a very strong flavor in this pepper, and I just don't want to put a ton of it. So, but making sure these things are very tender. You can just feel kind of the tenderness of these when you touch them. They're so small and it's just a good cut. Sam's Club, again, this is where these are from. They have really great lamb products. If you're looking for lamb and you got a local Sam's, hit them up. Not a paid promotion, but they carry, at least the one where I'm from in Youngstown here, they carry a very nice lamb selection. So there we are, all seasoned up. We're going to go ahead and we're going to let that sit, as I said, and then they'll be nice and seasoned. They'll have some of that flavor into them. I don't know if the science is exact that you let them sit and it's going to absorb flavor, but you know, we're doing it anyway. So we'll be back in about 4 hours, and then we're going to go ahead and start to cook. I have no idea, I don't know, my accent there. I have no idea how long it's going to take inside the air fryer, but that's the whole reason for the how-to, is to see what happens. All right, we'll be back. Okay, welcome back after 4 hours. So I got my air fryer set up. So I got one of my trays. I think I'm going to be able to fit everything on one tray. The key here is to keep them spaced out. So should I not be able to do that, I will use two. But let's see, I think I can do one. So the reason I like to keep them spaced is because we have an air fryer. And so we want air to be able to move between all the pieces we have on here. So it kind of becomes like a little puzzle. Where can I fit everything without it all touching? So I'm just going to make some room. There we go. Got it all in one. I put a little piece of wax paper down. I don't have to clean up too much. Okay, so on my air fryer, I'm going to go ahead and put this in. I'm going to put it right in the middle of the air fryer. I don't want it on the bottom. I don't want it on the top. I want it right in the middle. So got a little adjustment there. And now if I close it, I turn it on, I have all my different options. But I have it looks like a lamb, rack of lamb, but I assume that could be any kind of rack. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. It's 370 and it's going to put it on for 25 minutes. So I'm going to keep my eye on here. I want to see what happens to it as it cooks. I don't want it to overcook, but I definitely want it to fry and crisp up the outside of it. So I'm going to keep an eye on it and then kind of give an update on what the time and what everything is doing there. All right, so we are about 15 minutes in here. I just stopped them. I wanted to show what it looks like. So definitely crisping up on the outside. Always want a poker thermometer, so I have my thermometer here just to check the temp to see where we're at. Yeah, I know. I got the big thermometer for the little thing. So we're already at 145, close to 150. And that's after 15 minutes on this thing. That's pretty incredible. So I'm going to put them on for another 3 minutes and then take them off. All right, we'll be back in 3. Okay, we are back. We have now 7 minutes left. So I am going to pull these out because I am pretty sure that they are done. So there we go. Ooh, nice and crisp. That's hot.
That looks nice.
Look good, huh? Mm-hmm. All right, so we had them in there then for about 17, 18 minutes, and this is the end result. Let's give it a little poke on the thermometer to see where we're at. We're going to let them rest. Always like to let things rest. But 145 is when you're safe. So if you're going for like rare, 145 is good. Here you can see that my thermometer is reading just a little bit over 150. So they're going to be a little bit more than a medium rare, and that's okay because we're dealing with lamb, so they're going to be delicious. So there you have it. I can't get that out. That's your lamb chops. That's how good we're looking right there. Looking nice. So if you like this video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you got any questions about what I did here, make sure you leave that in the comments below. I'll answer that. If you have any questions about the air fryer we're using, go ahead and ask them. I will answer those as well. Thanks for watching another random review and how-to. We'll see you next time. Oh, I'm back. I'm assuming you wanted to see what we looked like cut out inside. So that's cut inside. For me, that's good. I mean, I would eat probably a little bit more rare, but because other people are going to be trying these and eating them, I wanted to do it a little bit less pink for the fam. But that is what our insides look like at that temperature. So again, let them rest, let that juice go back in there, and we'll be good to go.